Welcome to video 2, where we need to set up our reference for sculpting. So I'm going to go to my internet browser and type in PureRef, all one word. PureRef is a program that is completely free. You can also donate to the platform because they do accept donations. So if you can afford that, I highly encourage you to, because this is an excellent program. It's super powerful. It's a great resource for artists. So if you can afford to just donate a couple bucks or even $1, I'm sure every little bit counts, and this is just a great program, and they really deserve the donations. Basically, what PureRef is, I'll open it here. I already have it open on my computer. So these are all reference images that I selected myself, and I click and drag them into PureRef. So PureRef is just a viewer that sits on top of whatever is on your computer screen. So you can zoom in on these images, you can click and move the images around, you can scale them, rotate them, and organize them however you want. And if you double click on one image, it centers that image. You can zoom back out, middle click to move around. And so this is just a really great program for using reference. So even if I open up Zbrush, you can see that PureRef is still sitting on top of everything on my screen. And you can go to the borders of the window and you can size it up. You can make it as big as you want or as small as you want. What I like to do is just make it just the right size to fit in this little corner here, so that I can still see my head here in Zbrush, and maybe a little bit smaller here. That way I can still see which direction I'm facing with my camera. And this way I have my reference images handy. I can just move around, and I selected a lot of different reference images from different angles because it's important to be able to see the side of the face, the bottom for the bottom jaw, and angles kind of looking down, or just different angles of whichever face you're trying to sculpt. And these are reference images that I actually purchased on Gumroad. So it said, I checked the license on these. It says that it's okay to use these commercially, so I can show these, but I can't give them to you. So it's your job to go onto Pinterest or onto Google and find some reference images of a male or female character, depending on what you're sculpting, and just get a different set of angles, like, side and top and bottom, and as many different angles of the face as you can get, because it's going to help you with your sculpting as we go. So with PureRef open, you can actually right click on it and move it anywhere around on your screen. If you're not sure about the navigation or you get stuck and you don't know how to undo something, you can always right click on PureRef and hit help. And there is a list of short commands here, or you can also just go into Google and type in PureRef shortcuts, and there's a bunch of different guides that show you all of the different shortcuts for manipulating your images as well. So something that I hear all the time from artists and from creators in general is it okay to use reference, or is it cheating to use reference? And the answer to that question is no, it's absolutely not cheating. And yes, it's absolutely okay to use reference. If you want to learn how to build a car, you have to know how to assemble a car. So you have to know what all of the pieces of the car are and how to put it all together. Same thing if you're wanting to sculpt characters or, do likenesses or portraits or anything like that. You need to understand the building blocks or how the human body is put together. So using reference is how we achieve that, because our brains are not good at just coming up with things out of thin air or remembering information. It doesn't stick. So it's a good idea to always have reference on the screen. Also, another really great resource for anatomy is a book called Anatomy for Sculptors, and I would highly recommend it. And we'll actually go to their website here. Anatomy for Sculptors. By the way, if you can't get it to minimize on your screen, you can always go down to your toolbar down here at the bottom and click on the PureRef icon and it will minimize it. But this book, Anatomy for Sculptors, is an excellent, excellent resource for anatomy. If you haven't picked up this book, I highly recommend it because it has a ton of reference images for the human body and the muscles and the skull and all of the muscles and everything inside. So it's an excellent, excellent resource for anatomy. If you are not sure how to get started, this I would highly, highly recommend. I believe they're also on Instagram, and you can go on there and look up their page because they advertise by posting pages from the book, so you can actually get little previews and snippets of the book to kind of see what it's all about. So that's also a great way to get a free preview of this book. Anyway, that is pretty much it for setting up your reference. Just make sure that you have some kind of way to set up a reference image on your computer. So let's say you can't use PureRef. For some reason you can't download it, or it doesn't work with your computer or something like that, and you don't have another monitor, but you still want to have a reference image up on your screen. So you can go up to Texture, and you can go into Import. And Zbrush actually allows you to select an image from your computer. And if you can just double click on any one of these here, and it closes the menu. So open texture menu again, and now you'll see that the image you imported is right here. So click on it one time, and then down and to the right, if you hit add to spotlight, that reference image will pop up here in the spotlight in ZBrush. So now this image can be clicked and moved around. This little wheel here is your menu, so you can scale the image down or up or move it around. You can also click over here and it will center this. Use this little red arrow to collapse the edges of it, which is kind of a fancy move. And if you want to turn the spotlight wheel icon off, hit Z on your keyboard. And if you want to turn the spotlight off completely by making this go away, hit Shift and Z together and it disappears. So to bring it back, just do the same, hit Shift Z and it'll come back up, and hit Z to get your little menu back. So Z turns off the little menu, and Shift Z turns the spotlight off completely altogether. Something when you're sculpting that you have to do when you have the spotlight open is you have to go up to Brush, go down to Samples, and you have to disable spotlight projection. What spotlight projection means is you are allowed to sculpt on your object as long as this is turned off. ZBrush will allow you to take your brush and sculpt on your object. So if you have spotlight projection turned on, it creates issues and it makes it so that the image gets in the way of your sculpt. So make sure you go to Brush, go to Samples, and turn spotlight projection off. And with the spotlight, of course, you can add more than one image. So if you go back up to Texture, go to Import again, you can select another image and open the texture menu again, click on the new image and hit Add to Spotlight, and it pops up as the new one, and your other one is still here in the corner. So you could still, if you really needed to, drag this, scale it up, and rearrange your images on your screen however you see fit. And you can add as many images to the spotlight as many times as you want to import new images. So that is just a couple of the ways that you can set up reference images for ZBrush. And in the next video, we're going to get into some sculpting, and I'm excited to get started. I'll see you there.